Hi everybody, welcome to Psych with Ria. My name is Ria Manocha and today I would be talking about Christ University entrance exam. So Christ has a lot of campuses. One is the Bangalore Central campus where everybody wants to go. The other is in Yashwantpur and there are two off campuses, one in Delhi and one in Pune. Psychology basically comes under the School of Social Science and Christ offer courses for UG, PG, diploma and doctoral. These are the courses offered by Christ for masters as you can see on the screen. For this video, I would be talking with respect to masters in clinical psychology, but you can follow the same schedule and tips and tricks for other courses as well. There are basically 3 intake sessions for Christ, one in March which has already been conducted, the other in April which is on 29th April, so very near guys, and the other in May. If you're applying for the April session, then this video is definitely for you. And if you're applying for the May session, you can still follow the same tips and tricks and take your time. To get admission into Christ, you need to go through 3 steps. First is the entrance examination, then the interview, and in the interview there is a mock presentation wherein you would have to speak about a topic for 2 to 3 minutes. For the entrance, as you can see on the screen, this is the syllabus. It includes subjects like general psychology, cognitive psychology, research methods, social psychology, personality psychology, abnormal psychology. You would be given 120 questions and 90 minutes to do those questions. There is 1 mark for every correct answer, and yes guys, there is negative marking of 0.25 for every wrong answers. So we need to be mindful of the questions that we are doing. Now let's move on to how to prepare for the entrance exam. By the time this video comes out, you would have around 10 to 12 days. So you need not go through every book, reading every chapter and making notes. What you need to focus on is first picking one book which contains all the topics for general psychology, and then doing as much MCQs as you can. Whichever book you are referring to, be it Arihant, Power Within Psychology, GRE, Barron or other psychology books, your focus should be doing on MCQs. So I refer to this book Psychology by Sondra K. Reddy. I bought this book in my first semester of undergraduation. It contains general psychology topics. In this book, in the end of every chapter, there are 20 MCQs. So before reading the chapter, we first need to do those MCQs. And while doing the MCQs, we can keep some tips in our mind. The first one is knowing all the options. While doing the particular question, you should try to remember yourself what are the other options about. For example, there is a question about memory and the options are long-term memory, short-term memory, declarative and non-declarative memory. So while doing the question, even if you know the answer is declarative, try to remember by yourself what is long-term, what is short-term and what is non-declarative. This way you would be able to cover a lot of topics. Even if it takes you around 10 to 12 minutes to complete those 20 questions, then that's okay. But try to remember all the topics. The other tip is clicking the photos of the topics that you do not know about. For example, after doing the MCQs, mark yourself how much are you scoring and click the pictures of the MCQs that you marked wrong or you did not know about and save them in a different folder of your gallery. So this way, after doing all the MCQs, you would have your own personal MCQ bank which you can refer to later while revising. The topics that you did not know about or you marked wrong, you can go back to the chapter and read those topics and cover your weak points. While reading, what other tip you can follow is make small headings in the space given in the book or use sticky notes. So for example, you are reading a topic about social psychology and you can make headings like conformity, Milgram experiment, normative social influence. This way, these topics can act as cues when you are revising and you need not go through chapter again and reading it again. You can just read those topics and try to remember by yourself what the content of that topic is. So this will take around 2 to 3 hours. The other tip that you can follow is pairing hard chapters with easier chapters. So this way you would be able to cover a lot of topics in a day. For example, you can choose you wanted to do general psychology today. So you choose a topic memory, which is hard for yourself. So pair it with an easier chapter, for example, schools of psychology. And use PROMODORO technique. You can search a lot of study with me videos on YouTube and you will have different formats. For example, 25 minutes of studying, 5 minutes of break, 50 minutes of studying and 10 minutes of break. Choose whichever format suits you and use Pomodoro technique to study. This will help you to keep on track. I promise you guys, this really helped me a lot and this definitely works. So doing MCQs and reading the chapter would take around 2 to 3 hours per day. After this, what you need to do is doing sample papers. You can choose a previous year DU, Jamia Millia, AMU, CUT paper and try to do those. Time yourself while doing the paper, and after the paper, mark yourself according to the Christ University scoring scale. The Christ exam is on an easier level, but since we don't have any mock papers, these papers will definitely help you out in the actual exam. So finally, the tips that you need to follow are knowing all the options, clicking the pictures of the MCQs that you marked wrong or you did not know about, reading chapters that are your weak points, creating small headings that will act as cues later on for revising, pairing hard chapters with easier chapters, using Pomodoro techniques and doing sample papers every day. I hope that these tips will help you out. If you have any doubts or queries, you can comment down and I will definitely try to help you out. You can also connect with me on LinkedIn and on Instagram and can join the Telegram group where I would be sharing the different resources. Hoping to see you all here and I hope these tips will help you out. All the best.